Alright guys, got another car video for you. I'm going to change the two camshaft and the crankshaft sensors on this 06 Nissan Murano. It has the 3.5 liter V6 in it. This one is the crankshaft, AL60C, that goes to the crankshaft, so we'll set that over there. And this one and this one are the camshafts. Believe it or not, the crankshaft's the same as this one. Anyway, first thing we got to do is remove the shield here, and I'm not sure if that's can't tell. Looks like it might have been stripped out at one point. Yeah, I'm gonna take these nuts out and take this shield off. Let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the cover off, and actually the first thing you should do is remove the negative side of your battery so you don't short out anything. There's a little bit of oil there, but that's because I spilled some putting some in the car. I'm going to show you where these here sensors are. That right there where that green plug is, that's the rear camshaft sensor, and let's see, there's a front one as well, right here. This is a plug. You've got to take this 10mm bolt out, the whole thing comes out, and then there's a special trick to these plugs. You have to, if I get on my target here, sorry, messed the wrong button there. Okay, you're going to take and push that in, and that releases the plug. I don't know if I did it right, but anyway, I'm going to take it out first and then we'll release the plug. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out first, and then we'll do that one back there. Alright, I went ahead and took the negative side loose on the battery. It's a 10mm. That's the wrench I used right there, and I loosened it up, but apparently it was already loose, so make sure I tighten that up when I put it back on. Okay, we got this sensor out. It's the one that's angled. The other two are straight. This one is angled. I went ahead and I took the hose off that went from here to right there because it was in the way. So now I'm going to show you how you got to take this clip off. See, you got to press that clip in, and it's a pain. That little green clip gets pushed in. Hold on a second. You see that little green clip right there? We got to push that thing in to get the coupling off. You got to push it in, and see, it'll stick like that, and then it'll come off. See? All right, this is the new one. You see it's angled. Now these are aftermarket parts. I got this off of eBay. It may or may not work, but what one of these would cost from the dealership would cost more than what all of these cost off the eBay. So it's worth a shot. Let's see if it works. But what you want to do is make sure your little spot down there is clean, because this does leak oil if you don't. If it does, you know, if you don't clean it, it will leak oil. It does have an O-ring on it, as you can see right there. So I don't touch the end of this thing. Probably wasn't supposed to. You want to make sure the O-ring fits in there. You might want to put some Vaseline on there, a little oil or something. I think I'll put a little oil on it. Alright, I put a little oil on it and slide this thing right in that little hole right there. You gotta put it in at kind of an angle. That is the screw. Unless you got a ratcheting wrench, there's no way to get a socket in here. use two of my big fat fingers to turn it. About finger tight, tight as I can get my finger. Snug it up with the wrench here. Alright, now when you plug the connector back in, that little green tab is going to pop back out. I don't think I can do it where you can see it, but if you're quiet you might hear it. I don't know if you heard that, but it popped back out. Part number for that front one is 23731-AL61A. That's for the front camshaft sensor, and that'll be the same even if you get it from the dealer. The front parts, I guess, the people who make it or whatever, but there's the old one. Okay, I'm gonna try not to get in the way here, but I don't want to take any more of these things loose than I have to. This looks like it might be brand new. I don't know what it is, but try and get down here without having to take any of this stuff loose. That time I can rotate. Not sure it's air intake or something. Alright, let's see. I don't know if I mashed the button or what there, but anyway, this is the rear one. I took it out, scratched up my hand doing it. This is the part number, 23731-5M016 for the rear one. Okay, I'm not sure if the battery went dead or what, but it kept cutting off on me, so it would definitely make your life a little bit easier if you took this off. And it's just a screw here and a screw here, and I think it might have a plug on it somewhere. Anyway, this is the plug to the sensor, and I already took it out, but let me clean this plug up a little bit. That's in case you missed it. Sometimes when there's oil in the plug, it will cause it to mess up the sensor. If your oil is low, the sensor will go off, give you a code. Hard to see and do at the same time. That tight thing right there is jabbing in the hand. Rotate it around. Okay, after dropping that bolt 2 or 3 times, I've gotten good at fetching it out. I finally got it in the hole. I'm going to tighten it up. The sun went down, I can't see nothing. You can go down it behind clouds. I'll snap the fitting back on it. I heard it pop, but it didn't come out much. As long as it's making contact, I guess it's alright. Okay, this is the crankshaft sensor. See that green plug right there? That's not the crankshaft sensor. The crankshaft sensor is behind it. And that bracket is mounted to the bolt that the crankshaft sensor is on. I'm not sure. I think that's the plug to the O2 sensor right there, but the crankshaft sensor is right there behind it. And the only way to get to it is to remove this here shroud. And I don't see where that does much good. I might leave that for now. I'm going to tinker around with it a little bit and see if I can get to it. If not, it's going to stay there until it ruins. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Okay. After much ado about nothing, this big steel beam here goes up pretty far, and then there's another piece of steel on top of it. I'm not sure why there's a big ass piece of steel there, but there is. And you can't get to, I pulled this down, you can't get in there to the crankshaft sensor. So since it's still working, we're going to leave it alone for now, and we're going to call it a day and drive it like it is. I already cranked it up. The whole deal with it was that it wouldn't start right away. You had to turn the key for about 5 seconds before it would start, and that's because the camshaft sensor wasn't reading the camshaft turning, so it wouldn't fire. That's fixed. The crankshaft sensor is working, so we're going to leave it alone. Let me get out from under here. Alright guys, we didn't get to the crankshaft sensor today, but I got the camshaft position sensors in. And the reason I needed to change them is because when they go bad, the car doesn't start right away because the camshaft sensor doesn't pick up on the camshaft turning, so it'll hesitate to start. But now it cranks right up. So I hope you guys, if you got anything good out of this, that you'll leave me a like, and be sure to subscribe, because there'll be more great videos like this coming up. So you guys have a great day.